watching the It's Her Time podcast with Cody and Jess. Welcome back to the It's Her Time podcast. I'm so excited. In the intro, I actually have my guest here with me, so you guys get to see her, but I'm going to introduce her and let her go as we go into the episode more. But last week, we talked a lot about how important it is for our health to stay consistent. It's the one thing that when I was working with clients, that if they could have just stayed consistent, then they would have been able to achieve all of the goals that they had set for themselves, and they would have been feeling their very best. And it's so hard. So many of us struggle with consistency, and there's a reason for that. And that's what I talked about in last week's episode. But this week's episode, I'm excited because not only now have you been given the steps, but now we get to tell you all about this incredible tool that has been created with all of the heart behind what I talked about last week to help us all to be able to make staying consistent even easier. But before we go into this conversation, let's join Jess for a Mixhers Girls Say.
On today's Mixhers Girls Say, we're actually going to laugh a bit because we asked a question on our social media. Tell us your funniest holiday memories. And my goodness, there are some funny ones.
I think we've all survived the holidays. Yeah. It's just kind of one of those times of year where
you can reflect
it's all
back.
Amazing and special, but there's so much family and friend and togetherness, and there's just things that happen during this time of year.
And I think it's after the holidays that we can finally be like, whoa.
We survived.
Did that just happen? Yeah. So this one had me laughing so much. Everyone thinking that my mom was bringing the turkey, she legit forgot. I'm just laughing thinking about this holiday dinner. Everyone's like, okay, dinner, grandma's house, 4 o'clock.
Around the table.
And everyone's like ready. And then they're like, Nancy's going to come in with the turkey. And then she shows up without the turkey. And everyone's like,
Nancy forgot the turkey.
And then I'm like thinking about her being like, dang it. And that's not something you can run and grab. No, that's like,
all day, all night effort.
12 hours ago that I needed to put that turkey in.
I know. Shoot. Sorry, Nancy.
Yeah, sorry, Nancy. I'm literally not a Nancy. that was my character. Okay. All 4 kids slept in the same room and told not to come out. I'm assuming Christmas Eve.
Probably.
Sure. Yeah. My sister had to pee so bad, she decided to pee in a cup in the closet. I'm like, she was incredibly obedient.
No, she wanted to make sure Santa came. You know, he's watching us. He knows. So.
I don't blame her. I want Santa to keep coming too.
Yep.
As a preteen, my mom asked what I wanted for Christmas. I said I wasn't sure, but I needed socks. That Christmas, I got absolutely nothing except for socks. I mean, every gift, socks.
We had a Christmas like that. It was hilarious. Stance Socks, which we love, is a fun brand that's from Utah or whatever. I think it was the year that Stance Socks was kind of like the thing, you know? And everybody, and I'm not kidding, and not an exaggeration, every person, not just in my little family of 4, but all of the extended family members when we did exchanges, we all got socks. But you know what? Hey, gift that keeps on giving. You got to wear those socks.
You got to wear them all year long.
Yeah, and they're cute.
Okay, last one.
Okay.
My sister got one of those indoor drones and flew it right into my hair. Oh, no. I had to chop off all my hair. I'm just imagining the like,
oh no.
Just wrapped up. Then she's like,
Merry
well, I'll
Christmas
take a bob.
And Happy New Year. She's like,
oh my gosh. And then she's like, well, I'll never forget that gift as she has like,
the new you.
Oh my goodness. Well, thanks for the fun holiday memories. Thanks for sharing. Let's get into the episode. Mixhers is a company made for women by women. Each of our products have been carefully and lovingly crafted to support you in all stages of your life, providing you with the optimal health you deserve. Each ingredient we handpick is 100% all natural, backed by science, and chosen specifically to better your life physically, mentally, and hormonally. Each product empowers your body to take charge of its monthly hormonal shift and flows, empowering you to live life to the fullest. Let Mixhers take care of your needs from sunup to sundown, and you take care of the rest. Check us out at mixhers.com, Mixhers.
All right. This is Greta, and Greta is amazing. She's a team member at Mixhers. I'm going to have her introduce herself to tell a little bit about what she does here at Mixhers because it's really cool. And you guys have all seen the work and the magic that Greta puts out there. But I want you to share a little bit about what you do here at Mixhers.
Oh, thanks, Cody. Well, yeah, I joined Mixhers back in May, and I've been on the marketing team just with communications and now with brand. And we are so excited about this year and everything we have coming down the pike. In particular, a special thing that we'll be spending the episode unpacking today.
That's right. And I'm so happy that we have Greta. She's made such a difference. She has such a beautiful heart about her. I know I keep using that word, but that's something that means so much to me because, we have these incredible products that we believe so much in. But the reason that we've brought these products to the world is because really at the heart of it is that we want women to feel their best so that they can go out and do their best. And Greta really has caught that vision. And so working with Greta has just been an absolute joy. I just love our conversations. And she's been a huge part in making sure that message is getting out there nice and clear. And, all of the feeling behind so much of the things that we feel so strongly about. I know many of you have been writing in and telling us that you've noticed that. And a lot of that is Greta. And I mean, we have an amazing marketing team that she's not alone, but she is really at the heart of it. And so I appreciate it. And one of the things is that we've had a dream for a really long time to create an app. And this app, the feeling behind it is that, yes, it's going to be an app that's a good tool for us to track our cycles, and it's going to help us to track many indicators of our health. But mostly what we wanted is it to go a step beyond that so that it would actually help us to be able to understand more about what's going on with our body, on with our emotions, all of the things, and keep us consistent and enjoy the consistency because really consistency is key when it comes to anything to do with our health, whether that's exercise, whether that's eating right, whether that's taking your supplements regularly, all of the things. Consistency is what really matters. So I want us to kind of unpack, like you said, the app and explain kind of what it is and how it's going to be such a useful tool. But then I also want to talk a little bit more about just the whole heart. I know I keep saying that word, but the whole heart behind it.
Mm-hmm. No, that's great. Did you know that I found Mixhers before I worked here? And it was through the podcast that I decided to become a customer.
I love that.
Yeah, no, it's true. And I think I'm probably a good candidate to talk about this because consistency and really owning my health has been a struggle. Yeah. And so this forum of the podcast and now with this amazing app coming out, I feel like I've learned, number one, the importance of being dialed into my body and understanding it. And then, this concept of happiness really is habitual.
Yeah.
We say that at Mixhers a lot. You've probably seen it.
It's on our sweatshirts.
On our website.
We just love that phrase. Yeah.
But we believe in it to the core because anything worthwhile, even outside of health, really comes down to how we use our time and how we prioritize the way we live. And health and well-being really comes down to daily choices. And Mixhers has shaped their entire mission around making those choices easier, convenient, joy-filled for women so that those habits are rituals that they look forward to and they can be successful. Which brings us to the creation of this app and why we're so excited to have this tool for women to really become good at this. I think I would love to start with kind of the genesis of this whole project.
Yeah, because I think this is a fun part of it too.
It is fun, yeah. From the marketing side of things, we're in an office and we're thinking about how to educate women about our product benefits and, why they should be on a subscription model. It goes far beyond just,
the bottom line.
The bottom line, absolutely.
It's really, well, when it comes to financials, I think that's what people assume.
Yep.
But we're a room full of women, honestly. At this point right now, Mixhers only has female employees. So we get it. We understand. We talk about kind of what we need. And then we're picturing you girls out there and like thinking about what it is that you need. And we really rely on a lot of the feedback that we get from our customers and our community. And so, yeah, exactly. It goes beyond that for us. It really just goes into like, why? What's the big why behind it?
Right. And I think we were so excited about creating a tool that helped prove whether or not these products deliver what they say they'll deliver. We really want to put our money where our mouth is and give women the data to see if this is making an impact the way we believe it will. And it's a bit of a dangerous proposition if you think about it. True. As we were roundtabling it, we thought, risk aside, this is what we need to do. We know that this helps women. So that was kind of the purpose. We know that women have cycle tracking apps and, that they get reminders when their period's going to start and they can track symptoms. And those are important to be doing. And we're so glad that technology allows us to do that so effortlessly.
And it's not like we've created that. That's like you said, there's a lot of really great apps out there. I've talked about them here on this podcast. But we wanted to go a step beyond that. But I also just want to keep re-emphasizing kind of what you started with, that by paying attention to how things are happening on a daily basis with our body, I think a lot of times we're a little disconnected. I know so many of us are, because we get busy. We have like so many other things that take our attention.
Right.
And it's not until all of a sudden our body is screaming at us with symptoms, right? That all of a sudden we go, oh, wait, maybe I need to be paying attention a little bit more about my health, about maybe creating some of these healthier habits, or, just paying attention to maybe where did this begin and how is this, going, and how can I do a little course correction or something like that. So these apps that are out there, that's why I ask all the time when I was working with clients or when I'm just on this podcast, or I always say, do you track your cycle? Do you track more than just your period though? Because it's so much more than just that week, of every single month. There's so much that we can learn about what's happening with your body every single day of the month, because we fluctuate, we adapt, to our environment, and like we're so in tune. There's so many little things that can affect the way that we feel, and especially like what we're doing now and how we're treating our bodies now is going to very much show up a month from now. So there's a lot of power and a lot of value that comes from this kind of data that you're talking about. Just tracking your cycle and tracking some of your symptoms, right?
Yeah.
But I also, I am like confident behind what Greta said too. This is also an amazing opportunity, not just for each individual that uses this app to test it out and to really show that, okay, using these products that you're investing in is actually paying off. It's going to be a huge value for you to see how staying consistent by using these products consistently is going to pay off for you, with your health and how you feel in the long run. But also it's an amazing thing for us and me as a scientist. I love data. I love to put things to the test. And so this is going to help us to be able to also have a lot of evidence to back up what we believe in. I mean, obviously everything that we've created has been on a foundation of evidence, but it's real time. It's real time evidence that's coming to us, and it's going to be, I'm just so excited.
And it's holistic health. I think sometimes when we're measuring results in our wellness, at least for me, I'm looking at a scale, I'm looking at a tape measure. I want very narrow results. I'm looking one way. And something that is really empowering about this tool is that it helps women focus on how they feel and what they're able to do. And it's a constellation of so many different experiences in your day, your energy, your mood, your ability to focus, how you can track hydration and nutrition and things like that. And I appreciate that. I believe in that approach.
Yeah.
We've got to look deeper and broader than maybe what we've been focusing on in the past.
Yeah, it's so important. I mean, obviously I'm a holistic health practitioner. This is what I teach. So I love that you love that too, because health is you have to look at all areas of your life in order to have whole health. It just makes sense. So many different areas of our life feed us, our souls. It also, though, has a huge effect on us physically and mentally and all of this. And so if we can get to know ourselves very well and make ourselves see right in front of our faces what's happening, how we're feeling. It's a mental check-in, and it's also just like a physical check-in that you're able to kind of see what's happening, and you're able to check in, and you start learning the language that your body gives you, right? I always talk about that. Like, our symptoms are just simply our body's language. That's how our body communicates to us about what we need. And our bodies are so amazing. They're so wise and they're designed so beautifully that it's just that sometimes we don't listen. Until it becomes like a scream, and our body's like just, trying to get our attention as well as it possibly can. So I love it. So all of these things are built into this app to help us to be able to, feel our best, so that we have the tools, we have everything right in front of us. So we know what's going on.
And we can't forget the third component, which is, in addition to, testing our product and collecting data about our bodies and our daily experience, we also have contextualized all of that data with some really important insights into the female cycle. And that, I feel like, was such a huge contribution you made in the process of developing this app. So your passion for women understanding each phase of their cycle and how to adjust your routine to optimize your well-being at each individual and unique phase. So that's another aspect of the app. Tons of education and contextualization for the data that we're collecting.
Thank you. It's so nice. But what was very important for me is, yes, I can talk about our infradian rhythm or all of the different, phases, our 4 different phases that happen every month for us when we're in our fertile years. I can talk about all of this, but sometimes it's hard to visualize. And the apps that are out there, we're so focused on just only tracking maybe ovulation if we're lucky, but mostly just menstruation. Yeah. And we're missing so much important information. And the other thing that I wanted to have in there is not just to know what days is what part of our cycle, but also to give you guys like the information, the tool in your hands, right? So okay, I'm in my follicular phase. The best way that I could use my body right now to move or to eat or to be social, or all the different ways that you use your energy and your amazing body, you'll know what kind of actions are going to support you best, because it's really important that we learn how to work with our hormones. I think a lot of times we feel like we're victims to our hormones. And that's because a lot of times we're not working with our just infradian rhythm. And so we kind of feel this little we feel roadblocks, right? We feel frustrated because maybe the things that should be working, whether it's an exercise routine or whatnot. And instead we're like, man, I feel like I have no energy. I'm totally wiped after my workout, or I just ate a big meal, but now I'm feeling like I'm starving still. There's a lot of reasons behind that. And so this app is going to allow you to be able to know exactly why. So, there's different things that we should be eating at different phases of our month that can really support us. And if you had a way to a little reminder to tell you, hey, this is the time of the month that you will want to start focusing on eating a lot more root vegetables, right? This is the time of the month that you are going to be wanting to actually add more calories to your daily diet because your metabolism is so much higher at this point. There's a reason that you're having these chocolate cravings, all of these things. All of this is decoding, what our body's trying to tell us and helping us to set us up for success. So that, like I said, we can work with our hormones instead of against it. And when I've taught this with women in the past, when I was one-on-one, that's kind of what I feel like this is. It kind of allows me to feel like I'm kind of one-on-one with you girls. They were able to lose the weight. They were able to get sleep at night. They were able to feel like they had a really strong sex drive. They were able to feel like they had control of their cravings. And it was just by simply teaching them how to work with their infradian rhythm. And that's what this app is going to help us all to be able to do. And it's super exciting.
It really is exciting. We've enjoyed the process of developing this and testing it out. And maybe we'll just walk through, we've talked about the overview, why we wanted to create it, the kind of the 3 pillars of the app, but maybe we'll just walk through a little bit of the experience of using it. So when you sign on to the app after you download it, you will be given the opportunity to kind of customize your experience and talk about the things you want to track. Is it just your period symptoms? Do you want to track other behaviors, hydration, your sleep, mood, focus, sex drive, things like that? All of that's completely custom to you and your unique health goals.
Which is so cool. So the app for Greta is going to look different for her than it does for Cody, And so it's customizable.
And then corresponding to those unique health goals, you can also track the Mixhers products that you are taking for those specific goals. So if better sleep is a health goal of mine, I can track Her Nightly and see the correlation between my experience and my daily product use, which is really interesting. Her Time being the primary product that we want people to be testing and seeing an impact.
Her Time's like our foundational supplement. For those of you that are in your fertile years, Her Time would be your first go-to, because honestly, it comes down to having balanced hormones. And that's what Her Time does, is it helps to support your body to naturally produce the optimal level of hormones at the right time of the month. And so Her Time's great. If you're past fertile years, Her Thrive would also be your foundation. But we have several other products like you're talking about. So, sometimes we need a little extra help in the sleep department. We need a little extra help because we're not maybe getting enough greens. We don't like eating those salads or green smoothies, right? So maybe our greens or, maybe we have a hard time focusing and our energy is dipping a lot, like in the afternoon or whatever. And so Her Power would be something that you could try to see if that can make a big difference for you. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, so that's really great. It's completely custom to you. You can change those settings at any time. But then once you've set up the app to meet your needs, we have a really beautiful dashboard page. And it highlights where you are in your cycle based on the data that you put in at the beginning. And each phase of your cycle is clearly outlined. Beneath that, we have this really great daily insights segment where the exact behaviors that Cody was referencing before, how to eat, how to move, how to care for your body during a particular phase is outlined for you. So you'll be prompted, today maybe focus on, upping your cardio. You have your energy levels are elevated and things like that. Or try to get in some fermented foods this week, because that will have a major benefit with your body being in this particular phase. And so that's really neat. We love that. And it's just fresh and relevant every time you open the app. We also have a Mixhers Minute, which comes up when you first open the app every day, and it encourages you to track, log your period, track your symptoms, track your product usage, just to make it easy. And then we've built in these really great reminders, these push notifications that will signal to you that you haven't tracked today, don't miss, you want to keep your streak, but then also warn you, hey, your period is scheduled to start in a couple of days. And so it's just a really good friend in your back pocket to just
keep your best friend. It's your health coach. It's whatever you need in your back pocket right there, ready to support you with consistency, right? That's exactly what it will do.
Yeah. And then, once you have a couple of months of consistency under your belt, we have this amazing data that we can start presenting our users with, where it will show you, how consistent you were in taking the product and tracking your symptoms. And then it'll say, hey, you gained 3 symptom-free days back this month compared to last month.
So cool.
That is what we want to see. We want to quantify the changes that we're hearing about anecdotally from women all of the time. And it's so empowering to see that. And you'll be feeling good, but to know, hey, I really am
I know.
having a better experience in my body because I'm taking care of it. That's cool.
It's so amazing. It really is. Because again, it goes back to that like seeing is believing. That data really, the app actually gets to know you. So the more you are consistent with using the app, the better it's going to be able to be there for you to help guide you and direct you into the right, in the right direction for whatever it is your goals are. So I love that because I think that's super unique. I think a lot of times we get just this like copy paste version of these different apps. Hey, sometimes a notebook is just great, but that notebook, if you're logging things in a notebook, it's not going to like give you feedback necessarily other than you were consistent, which is great, but it's not going to tell you like, hey, if you could incorporate this one little habit, this one little step, this one little action, it's going to make the biggest difference. It's going to be the domino that like creates this amazing effect for you down the road. And that's really what it takes is these little small, simple steps that are just taken consistently every single day that lead to, our best health, our feeling good every day. And then sometimes we just kind of forget, like you look back and you're like, oh my goodness, that I remember when I was literally like, in a fetal position on the floor, struggling with cramps every single day. And I can't even believe that I didn't even have cramps this month. Like, okay, these things are helping. Yes, taking her time definitely is helping, but then also the way you move, the way you're eating, all of these other things that the prompts that the app's going to be able to give you all work holistically together.
Yeah. I get so excited as I've been able to track my progress over the last couple months of us testing this internally. And we talk about this as a team all the time. We get so excited thinking about the young women who will be, kind of initiated into their reproductive years with this app.
I know.
It's such a great tool for mothers and parents to use when educating their daughters about their cycle, because there's so much education at their fingertips. They're able to track and understand kind of, okay, it's normal that I'm feeling these things, but then also they can click on a hyperlink and go learn about the different colors of blood that they're seeing, or, why am I getting cramps, and do a deeper dive and feel really empowered to explore in a safe, positive place.
Right. And it's so true. Like I get so excited because I just am imagining this new generation of these women who are starting their life as women, their journey into womanhood and throughout womanhood. And they're going to have such a better, like more positive outlook on this stage of our life. I feel like, I've talked about it before so many times, but when I have 3 older sisters and I was just warned, like once you hit this stage of life and you start your period, it's the worst. And so just hold on tight, it's going to be hard or whatever, there was nothing positive that was ever shared with me. The other thing though, as being a practitioner and working with so many women, I'm just amazed at the lack of education that's been out there. There's, whether it's coming from the medical industry or coming from just, the people that are the educators themselves, there's just a lack of really good education that can give women hope, knowing that we don't have to be victims. We're not made to suffer. We actually can think of our cycle and as our superpower, like learning how our body ebbs and flows throughout the month actually is to our advantage. It helps us to be able to like take advantage of all of the amazing powers that come from each day of the month instead of like trying to fight against it like we so often do. And when we fight against it, then our body lets us know by giving us the symptoms that we suffer with sometimes. But it's just so amazing. I am really excited. I get kind of emotional actually thinking about, are you getting emotional?
I am.
I know. It's like, it is, okay, now this is bad. I got to pull it together, but it is my goal. It's like such a drive. It's like something I wake up every day and I just feel like it's just my mission to help women love being women and to tap into the amazingness of that, of like just the power that comes from our bodies instead of feeling like it's a burden. It's just so awesome if we can learn to really work with our body and our unique, biology. It's just an amazing thing. And I just feel like when women can tap into this, I see this huge shift happening in the world. You know, I feel like every single person that's on this planet has a mission too. They have a good work that they need to go do. But I know for me, when I have been ill or I've felt like I have been debilitated by hormone imbalance or symptoms and things, I can't get out. I can't go out and do the things. I'm in bed. I'm on the floor. I'm on the toilet. I don't know, whatever. I'm not able to get out and do the things that I know I'm meant to do. And so I just see I see this new generation coming in and taking advantage of this. But I also see women that are at the stage of life that I'm in, where I'm now getting ready to transition out of my fertile years and into menopause and beyond. And I actually have so much hope and excitement because I feel like there's more education, there's more hope, there's all of these things that we can do. With this app, this is going to help women who are going through their fertile years, and by taking care of themselves so well during these fertile years, sets them up for when they go into my stage of life and beyond. It's going to be a game changer. And maybe that sounds a little dramatic, but I want you ladies to just know that there is a lot of thought and a lot of passion. I'm sure you can hear it in our voice. You can see it if you're watching us on YouTube, but there's so much passion behind this. There's such a huge why behind it. It's not just something that we thought, oh, cool idea, we should create an app. No, this has been a dream and there's a whole purpose behind it. And I just am so grateful that it's finally time. Like we're going to be able to roll this out. You girls are going to be able to actually use this. I can't wait for you to be able to get your phones out and download the app and then start putting it to use. And the other thing that I love too, and am I cutting you off?
Not
There's probably way more.
No.
I just get too passionate about it, I guess. And I just have so much to say. Greta, you're so nice. Seriously, you're just the best. And that's why it's been so amazing to work on this with you. We're excited for each of the individual ladies that are going to be using this. But one of the really fun things that we know is very motivating and very supportive is to create the community around this as well. It's just been shown. There's been so many studies that show that if you are wanting to stay consistent and you are wanting to have success with whatever it is that your goal is, if you can create a community around you, then you are 10 times more likely to be able to actually succeed. So that's part of this app too. And I want you to share some of that because I think it's amazing. Again, we try to make health as easy as possible. The app is supposed to make it even easier. We have this Mixhers Girl community. Now we're trying to make it even easier for you to connect with that. So can you tell us a little bit about that aspect of the app?
Yeah, I have to say, natively, this isn't really my cup of tea. I'm not somebody who maybe is looking for community in this type of a space. I have kind of just some weird baggage about even diving into these things, and even with myself. So with other people, it's hard. But what I love about the community at Mixhers is, first, we're focusing on our relationship with ourselves, our bodies, and that is a really important move to make as a person. And when you are able to do that, your mindset shifts, and to be around other people who are searching for that same thing and want to have positive feelings and a forward orientation toward life, health, happiness, fulfillment. That's a really special thing. I think words like community and self-improvement and empowerment are kind of buzzwords,
Sure.
But I appreciate that here they mean something that resonates with me. And so in our Mixhers community, there are women who are sharing questions, experiences. We are very connected as resources for each other in whatever capacity we may be needed, whether that's information. We have Ask Cody and these great questions that you field and provide context and answers for. And then sometimes you just are kind of in the thick of it, Any type of transformation, physically, emotionally, holistically, takes time. We understand that here. And so as we are trying to champion consistency and personal choice, we also have cheerleaders who are saying, hey, just keep going, Nothing. There are no quick fixes here. We make things delicious and we make them convenient, but nothing's a quick fix. And so we are there in that community group to provide answers, provide support, and keep that emotional momentum going, because it's a long game.
Yeah,
it's a long arc strategy. And that's a reason why I think I came to believe in the company, because we get so many messages as women compelling us to take a myopic view of what we want and how we want to get there. And that's just not true. It doesn't work like that. Life doesn't work like that. So linking arms with other women who understand that and are trying to fight the good fight and love themselves, love each other, appreciate our bodies, and move forward with optimism and confidence, knowing that we're caring for our bodies and ourselves and learning and carving out our own path is really special. It's really great.
You see why I love Greta so much? I seriously just appreciate the emotion that she has behind this, the heart again. It's just so beautiful. So, that's the thing. I think that our goal is that we want to move past the surface level, and we do want to dive deep. We want to take it there. We want there to be a safe space, which has been missing from this whole conversation, from this whole environment. It's important for us to have a place where we can open up and be real, that we can ask the questions that we've not felt safe to ask, maybe, or maybe we didn't even know who to ask, So it's like a place for us to turn to experts. You can ask questions, you can get some answers there, but also some of the most amazing experts are you ladies. Like, I love getting onto the Mixhers Girl page. Yes, it's social, but it is more support is what it is. Oftentimes there will be a question that comes in and I don't see it for a little bit, but one of you does, and you get right on there. And there's these amazing communication threads that start happening where you start saying, hey, that was me 4 months ago. And this is what I did. And this is how I'm feeling now. And it gives you hope. It gives you a direction. It helps answer some questions that, it's just a beautiful thing. And that's really, it's really what the whole goal is behind everything that we do here at Mixhers. Like I've said at the beginning, it is so much more than just the products that we provide. They're a tool. They help to fill in the nutrient gaps that we're not getting. They're a way for us to make health easy so that you can, address the number one root cause of hormone imbalance. We try to make that as easy as possible, but our health doesn't just come from the nutrients that we put in our body or just from the way that we move our body. It comes from so many different areas. It comes a lot from our interaction with each other, our view on life, our mindset. It comes from all of those things. And so that's what the community also provides. It's like the people are the medicine. It's just a beautiful thing. And so that's a way that on the app makes it very easy for you to have that connection, to ask the questions, to just maybe read other people's experiences, to learn a little something on your own. You don't even have to post or say anything. Because I know a lot of my daughter, she probably won't ever she'll go read through everything, probably posted, but she probably won't be somebody that participates. That's okay. That's okay. We just want everybody there and to use this tool how you need it, because truly it is a personal journey and it's a personal, mission. And we're just here to try to support that. We just want to support you the best that we possibly can.
I love it, Cody. It's been so fun to work on this. And we think about the women who will be using this. And, I think of my sisters a lot when we're in there with the developers, just workshopping how this is going to play out. And, we're really proud of it. We're excited. There's lots to iterate on. This is just the first step, but we can't wait for women to have it in their pockets every day. And it's going to be a really fun chapter. It really
is. I think it's going to be interesting for us to look back on. I think that it's going to be something that grows quickly and we're going to learn a lot from quickly, and it will just keep getting better and better. And so, it rolls out tomorrow. You guys, if you're listening to this episode on the day that we released it, it actually will roll out tomorrow. And so can we give them some steps on how they can take advantage of this, get this started?
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about what they need to do now.
Yeah, just like any app, you can download it on Google Play or the App Store. Mm-hmm. And it's just called the Mixhers Cycle Tracking app. So we have it on our website. Anywhere Her Time is, we'll be plugging the app so people can really reap the full benefits of taking her time. But yeah, download it, share it with your friends. If you have young women in your life who are trying to navigate this big change.
Or old women in your life.
Yeah. But this is such
age.
A great tool. And we know that you are the most influential people in the lives of the women that you associate with. And so we really hope that as you use this and love it, that you share it with other women and we can just all help each other out.
That's right. Because you know what I love to say, sharing is caring. And this is one of those things where, again, we can help, we can make this we can have a bigger effect, have a broader reach. And I'm excited. So take advantage of it for yourself, but then definitely let the girls in your life know that this is an amazing tool that can help them too. And, it's going to just keep growing. We're just going to keep making this community even better. And we look forward to the feedback we're going to get from you as well. All of the information that Greta just shared, I'm going to put in our show notes as well so that you can go right there. But like she said too, you can go to our website as well. So anyhow, Happy New Year to all of you. We really appreciate you guys tuning in. This is such a great opportunity for us to be able to get on each week and be able to have these types of conversations. We really care about your health. We really care about your happiness. And we hope that until next time, you guys have an amazing week full of joy. We'll talk to you soon.